Where's the camera? There you go.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we're having some interesting IT challenges. That's what happens when Michael decides to get a job. We love you, Michael. And to the rescue, we have Bien, and we have Richie, and we have Lori doing some live streaming via the iPhone magic. So welcome everybody to Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, those of you that are visiting us online. We're doing a very special holiday celebration. So the first part is going to be a brief message and a wonderful opening treatment with our practitioner student, Gail Jones. And then we're going to turn the recording off because we're going to be playing a lot of really great, or actually James and Rich are playing a lot of really great Christmas carols, and we're going to be singing together. And then between each song we'll have a beautiful affirmation, and that's a blessing from our beloved Gail. So I want you to also know that next Sunday is the last celebration right here in this space. And of course, everything that's worthy of celebration in relationship to this space for the last 40 years, we take with us. It's just a building we leave behind. And so it promises to be a wonderful celebration. If you haven't yet RSVP'd or not received it, let us know, and I will take care of that. And it will be with our practitioners and with Reverend Janice, and it promises to be a really beautiful celebration. There are some pictures on the floor leaning against a wall that's hiding the copy machine. They are for you to take. They are by an artist whose name I forgot. They have beautiful frames. You can give them to someone that would love them or have them in your own home, so be sure to take that. And I'm going to ask 4 people to help me with a little project that I have in my mind. of bringing some books upstairs so we can give them away next week. All right, let's do what we always do. Crackle and crickle and crookle and all that stuff. Just reminding you that the last day today of the theme of December is Journey of Becoming. And that has fit into a whole theme for the year, which was Timeless Wisdom and Evolutionary Vision. And we will be revealing the new theme next year, next month, and we will do an official announcement of our new meeting place, which is most likely going to be in Brookside, Mendon, which is 12 minutes from here. And we are blessed, of course, to have Richie and James with us today. And I want to explore a little bit how the holiday season is about being of service, and to explore what we are of service to, and how that's worthy of celebration. And a celebration always is infused with joy, and that joy comes from the remembrance of our true nature. So check us out on the website, www.cslmorristown.org. If there's a way you'd like to give, you can find all that on the website. And if you are watching us on live stream, just say hi and let us know that you're there. And now we're blessed to have Gail Jones do an opening treatment for us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So I invite you to join me with our eyes closed as we ground ourselves in this blessed, blessed moment, in this season of love and joy and happiness, recognizing all that God is, all that is the one power, the divine love, the eternal presence that we celebrate at this time and always. It's not just this day. We celebrate this especially in this time of remembrance of who we are and whose we are. We celebrate the eternal nature of life, the goodness, the abundance, and most of all, our oneness in sisterly and brotherly love. We celebrate all that is good in our lives, all the abundance, all the prosperity that we have enjoyed over the past year, our health and our wellness over the past year, our wholeness. We know that all that is good has already been done and will be done as we stay in this spirit of joy, thanksgiving. And so we give thanks for all that the word is, all that the law is, all that divine love is. We give thanks for each other today and every day. And so it is.
And so it is.
So I grew up, as most of you know, in the Netherlands, where today is the second Christmas day. And I always loved the second Christmas day. The first Christmas day was with our own family, and then the second Christmas day we would put on our winter coats and often go to Mass in the morning and then go visit family. And there were always lots of treats, which you know kids love. And I definitely had a sweet tooth. So that was a happy day for me. It's also called, what, in Canada? Boxing Day, yes. And that's because that's when the servants were given their gifts in boxes. That's where that comes from. But it's also called St. Stephen's Day. St. Stephen was a contemporary of the master teacher Jesus in the time of Jerusalem. And he was responsible for distributing aid and support to all the widows within the church. He was known for his famous and amazing preaching skills, and yet he was tried for blasphemy and stoned to death. poor, St. Stephen. Now, there are a lot of holidays at this time of year. Specifically, today is the day called Zarathostra, which is the celebration of the death of Zarathustra, who was the founder of Zoroastrianism, one of the first religions on the planet. Also, Pancha Ganapati in Hinduism, which is the celebration of Ganesh. And then, of course, there's Kwanzaa, which starts today and goes through January 1st, which we have celebrated here in the past. If we think about all those holidays, it's really a remembrance of the celebration of humanity. The remembrance that we are spiritual beings first and human beings second. And so we are always in service, not just to our humanity, but to the spirit within. Being in service to the birth of, the rebirth of the I am that I am, which is the truest name of God. Capital letters, I am. We use that in affirmations, right? We learn in affirmations to say, I am this or I am that, which is just the remembrance, the recognition, and the repetition of our true name and our true nature, because it's through the word that we create our experience. So this whole holiday season is about not just remembering the rebirth of the Christ consciousness, but the remembrance that the I am that you and I are, is our essential nature. It's the purest part of us. And so that is worthy of celebration. And whenever we talk about celebration, there is the essence of joy, right? As human beings, we think that joy comes because of something or someone. But joy is part of our inherent nature. It's already there. We don't need anything or anyone to awaken it or to trigger it. It's just a remembrance that joy is part of our DNA. And so today we're going to be singing, and so we're not going to be recording that part, but we're going to be singing some wonderful Christmas carols of James's unpublished Christmas album called Ho 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 Brough. Or is it Brough Ho Ho Ho? It's Brough Ho Ho Ho. James Brough, isn't that great? And so there's a story that I want to share with you, because it's such a wonderful story that when I read it, it just sparked so much joy in me. It just reminded me how sometimes when we see, the way we see things is not at all what's happening. And that can be a great feeling of humor, right? It can be so funny when you talk with a friend and say, I see this, or I see that, and they're completely different. So this is a story of a young lady who's waiting for her flight to board around Christmas time, of course. So she's in the boarding room of a big airport, and as she would need to wait for many hours, she decided to buy a book to spend her time reading. She also bought a packet of cookies. She sat down in an armchair in the VIP lounge at the airport to rest and to read in peace. Besides the armchair where the packet of cookies lay, a man sat down in the next seat, opened his magazine, and started reading as well. When she took out the first cookie from the bag, the man took a cookie as well. She felt irritated, but she didn't say anything. She thought, what a nerve! If I was in the mood, I would punch him for doing that. For each cookie she took, the man also took a cookie. This was infuriating her. Someone eating her cookies! But she didn't want to create a scene. She was a sciencey person. When only one cookie remained, she thought, what will this abusive man do now? Then the man, taking the last cookie, divided it in half, giving her the other half. She was much too angry now. In a huff, she took her things and she stormed out of the boarding place. When she sat down in her seat inside the plane, she looked into her purse to take her eyeglasses out, and to her surprise, her packet of cookies was there, untouched, unopened. She felt so ashamed. She realized that she was wrong. She had forgotten that her cookies were in her purse. The man had divided his cookies with her without feeling angered or bitter. She had been very angry, thinking that she was dividing her cookies with him, and now there was no chance to explain herself nor to apologize. So next time you get frustrated when somebody's eating your cookies, think of this story and remember that every moment is a moment to remember who and what we really are. Every moment is a moment to celebrate the rebirth of that I am. There's so many opportunities, right? And the beauty is that it's not about doing it perfectly. It's not about getting it right. It's not about arriving there and then. It is really being in the experience of knowing that life is very forgiving and that life shows us every moment what we think about our cookies. And it's never etched in stone. And so as we are in this last week of the year, take time to reflect and think about what it is that you'd like to let go of, knowing that it might not be completed or perfect or done, but the intention alone is a living vibration in and around us that then creates the experiences where we can see whether we've let go or there's still more to let go of. So we're invited to be more gently grounded in the truth of our very being, in the I am that I am, knowing that you and I are already whole and complete. We are already loved, loving, and lovable. We already have peace inside of us. We already have joy available to us. It's how we look at it, my cookies, your cookies, and how we then embrace it and play with that. So we're going to be singing soon, and we're going to have Gail bless us with an affirmation between songs, and then Gail will do another closing treatment. But right now, let's do a healing treatment for ourselves, for the world, for all of humanity. So place your hand on your heart. Take a moment to breathe into your heart and to notice how much room there is still to take in more love, more wisdom, more grace, more joy. And it will always be the way, because they are infinite, meaning that we never fully fill up on them. There's always room for more. And so right here, right now, we celebrate the rebirth of the I am, the remembrance that Spirit, God, love, infinite life, infinite intelligence is ever present in and around us to guide us, to assist us, to serve us as we are in service to humanity, whether it's in quiet, sweet, simple ways or the more active and out loud ones. So today we decide to leave behind what no longer serves us, and we take with us a newfound compassion for our awakening, for our evolution, for ourselves and each other, for the world, for all of humanity, and for the healing that is taking place and must take place. So with awe and gratitude, we turn this over to the universal law, knowing that it already knows how to demonstrate it for each of us in the highest and best ways. And so it is.
And so it is.
And so now we end this recording.